Yo, what up, Street Dogs? There, Kim. Right, so the thought on photography and health. So these are my thoughts. So I would actually say, thinking about the future, what are gonna be the biggest things that would need to be addressed in the future? My thought is it's gonna be a combination of health, mental health, physical health, physiological health, and everything in between, and photography and art seems like good solutions to the problem. So how can photography make us healthier? So the first thing is this. What does it mean to be healthy and what does it mean to be human? So the first thing is just going outside. I think we're currently facing a tricky time because of COVID. Everyone's kind of scared to leave the house. And if not, maybe sometimes there's legal bounds which actually do prevent you from leaving your house, especially when you're stuck in quarantine. But it seems like the way we see, all these lobbying industries, actually my thought is Coca-Cola is evil and all these food corporations, selling junk foods and stuff like that, it's pretty bad. Even apparently, I've been talking to a lot of people, right? And the worst drug isn't actually coke, heroin, or fentanyl, stuff like that. It's probably alcohol. So if you think about just how much alcohol has been normalized in society, alcoholism is probably one of the worst things that happen. A lot of people die from drunk driving accidents and stuff like that. So, I don't think there's been a really good critique about health in America, seen from kind of a more, maybe a nuanced perspective. So anyways, these are my thoughts. So first and foremost, probably the Ricoh GR3, Ricoh GR2, or the iPhone is probably the best camera for health. Why? Because typically you got a small camera, and ultimately it's not even about making the world's greatest photos. Essentially it's just more of focusing on getting healthy by going outdoors more and getting more fresh air and going to the park and stuff like that. And the side consequence is actually photography, making photos and making art. So then the main goal actually is health, and then the photos and the artwork is the side thing. So to me this is kind of a cool thought because I know for myself, I tried so hard my whole life to be, become this great photographer and be respected for being a good photographer, making good photos, blah, blah. And now I'm like, yo, I'm beyond that. I'm like, I've achieved all of my photo goals I've had in life and I have deep confidence in myself. I feel very strong. And now I'm more interested in kind of more substantive or meaningful things that we could do with photography, and I think health is one of them. So I'll give you an example. So for myself, I found that going to the park is one of the best things I could do for my own personal mental health and also my physiological health. And this is a tricky thing. When we're talking about health, I mean the whole shebang, right? It's not just mental health. It's health starts from your feet upwards. So my typical thought is actually if you have a healthy body, healthy feet, healthy legs, physiologically healthy, you're going to be mentally healthy. But certainly I think the biggest problems about quote-unquote mental health isn't that you have some sort of defunct brain. The bigger issue is that there's just too many of these crazy hormonal cascades which happen when we spend too much time in front of a computer screen, too much time on our phones, too much from reading news, social media and stuff like that. Too many spikes in serotonin, dopamine. To me, the best way to improve one's mental health is probably just get rid of your phone or just quit social media or quit the news, whatever it may be. And so I think the best thing you could do is, once again, with cameras, don't think about what has the best image quality, blah, blah. Just get the smallest, most compact, camera that fits your own personal budget, and just enjoy really nice long walks. And especially in today's world, the more lightweight you can go, the better, because the more lightweight you are, that means you're going to be able to walk longer with less fatigue. It's good for your legs and your back, and actually probably the most important muscle for you as a photographer is actually probably your legs. If you got strong legs, use probably pretty good. And certainly if one wants to make better photos, just go out and walk more, interact more with the world, and spend as much time outdoors as physically possible. And even during COVID, right? It seems that as long as you're in open air spaces, you're actually pretty safe. You know, socially distance yourself seems like a smart idea. For myself personally, I'm only really anxious when I'm indoors with other people or closer than 6 feet to other people's. But if I'm at the park, working at the park, or if I'm walking outdoors and keep my distance, I feel totally fine. And actually the nice thing is, I almost feel like I've been more productive blogging and vlogging and going these nice walks, getting nice sun exposure and whatnot. And so certainly moving forward, physical health, mental health is going to be more and more important, especially as, you know, phones and technology and social media kind of hijack our brains and our hormonal cascades and our physiological health. So the basic gist is this: your health is king, your physiological, your physical, your bodily, and your mental health is the most important. Prioritize that above everything else, and everything else will follow.